Hello everyone, welcome back to Topchef Waterloo region. We are here at the Underground Flavor Group in the heart of downtown Kitchener, and tonight we kick off a super intense battle, semi-final battle number 2 between Chef Djordje Blagojevic of Lynn's Bistro against Chef Jeff Mabbott of Graffiti Market. Tonight's cuisine is German cuisine. Tonight's Odessa black box ingredient is a spicy hot mustard. Just a reminder for everybody watching, the winner of tonight's battle will be moving on to the grand finale to battle against last semi-finals winner, Chef Tim Boris of Lancaster Smokehouse. But before we kick off this exciting event, I would let my fellow judges introduce themselves here tonight.
Hey, my name is Clarissa Diokno. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I am back again judging KW Top Chef. We'll be judging German cuisine tonight. I'll be looking for presentation and flavor. I'm ready to go.
Hi everyone, my name is Navita. I am a culinary teacher here in town at KCI. Tonight I'm looking for finesse. I'm looking for a little bit more detail on the plates. German cuisine is all about bold flavors, comfort food, mustard, and the key ingredient is mustard. So I want to see how they showcase that.
Hi, my name's Terry Salmond. I've been the chef in the region for the last 15 years. And I think what's going to be the big standout part for me tonight is technical skill. I think if you're going to win a competition like this, you've got to know the nitty-gritty details and put together a killer plate.
So we're in the back of the UFG kitchen here, kicking off semi-final battle number 2. I do have Chef Djordje Blagojevic of Lynn's Bistro. When you saw that this battle was German cuisine, what were your first thoughts going into it?
Oh, well, I started to talk to a few different people to get some ideas, and everyone was like, German food is so boring. And I'm like, well, you know, what are those things that people love to eat the most? And that's kind of what we try to work on.
What are you cooking for us here tonight?
We're doing a couple different things. We're gonna start off with a nice little bite of smoked fish that was whipped with some yogurt and a little bit of goat cheese, lots of herbs. We did a venison goulash from local Ontario venison. Also, we're gonna do a little rouladen meets a schnitzel, and also we have a little streusel for dessert.
So our Odessa black box ingredient tonight was the hot mustard there. How are you planning on incorporating that into your meal?
I don't know if I expected it, but it was definitely a welcome sort of surprise.
Here right now beside me, I have Chef Jeff Mabbott and his sous chef Jesse representing Graffiti Market. How are you guys feeling right now going into this battle?
Super excited. I think German cuisine's comfort food, it's fun, and we know pretty well, so I'm excited to show everyone tonight what we have.
A lot of feedback that we got about it is that it can tend to be boring, which I disagree with, but how do you guys feel about the cuisine?
One of the things we tried to do with our dish is try to bring some bright colors and not just schnitzel, because that is something that's common, but try to do a little more of a modern take on German cuisine, add lots of color and flavor and vibrancy to it so that it stands out.
Amazing. Well, speaking of which, what are you cooking here for us tonight?
So we got a nice beef rouladen, bratwurst sausage, some red wine and cabbage puree, different tri-colored carrots, a little bit of everything.
All right, so I'm here with my very amazing judges here. We just received course number 1, which was presented by Chef Djordje Blagojevic of Lynn's Bistro. He brought us out his really cool, unique take on German cuisine, actually several takes on German cuisine. He had several different elements such as smoked trout on rye bread, along with the beef rouladen with spatzel. There's a great mustard sauce on there as well, some cabbage, venison goulash, and then what was it, strawberries?
Strawberry plum streusel.
Perfect. Thank you for reminding me of that. I'd love to hear the thoughts and opinions of my fellow judges.
Overall, I think Djordje did a fantastic job. He kind of gave us a tasting of a little bit of everything. The rouladen was really good with the spatzel and the braised cabbage with the caramelized mustard sauce. Really, really highlighted the dish for me. The goulash was good. I would have liked the bread to be a little bit more toasted, or maybe paired with the goulash instead of paired with the smoked trout. The dessert was really good.
I think Chef Djordje did a really amazing job. I was impressed with all the elements. I think my favorite part of his dish was the rouladen. I thought it was tender. I thought the filling was really delicious. And I also liked the streusel. I thought it was not too sweet, which is my favorite kind of dessert. I liked the goulash. The meat was really tender. And overall, I thought it was really amazing.
Yeah, I thought Chef Djordje did a great job as well. Obviously, the roulade was the star of the show. Every single bite yielded lots more flavor, lots more texture. I think he struggled to get the composition down on the plate. He put put a lot of elements on there. But all the same, it was refreshing to see the amount of technique he put on the plate, and he's got a very strong understanding of balancing seasoning and flavor and texture. I was really impressed.
One thing about Chef Djordje's plate is that he had several different elements on there, which was a great way for him to showcase his incredible culinary talent that he has. But from a presentation standpoint, I think it can get kind of clustered. But going through each individual item that he had on there were some that I didn't like, such as I think that the smoked trout was a little bit overwhelming, along with the dessert. I feel like it wasn't necessarily needed. But the beef roulade, the cabbage, the spatula, the mustard sauce, that entire element right there was an amazing dish just on its own. So overall, it's a great dish, and he showcased his talent very well.
I thought Chef Jeff's dish was absolutely stunning when it came onto the table. I didn't even want to touch it. It was so beautiful. My favorite part of it was actually the vegetables and the pork hock. I thought the pork hock was really tender. The vegetables were cooked perfectly, flavored perfectly. The rouladen, I found it a bit tough, but the flavor of the bacon was really good. I thought the celery root and the parsley root puree was really flavorful, but I found it a little bit grainy. But overall, I thought it was a beautiful dish, and I thought it was really well done.
Beautiful dish, plated, well executed. You can definitely see that he utilizes the techniques and skills. The rouladen to me was a bit too dry, and the flavor, I kind of lost the flavor. And the sausage again was a bit too dry as well. And then the celeriac puree, if it was a bit velvety and more smooth, would have definitely opened up the dish a little bit more. Otherwise, it was a well executed dish.
This was outstanding. The presentation, it was put together very, very well. I found the sausage to be a little bit on the mealy side. The ham hock was cooked perfectly. It was rich. It was moist. I found the rouladen just a little bit dry. His vegetables were absolutely perfect. Roasted, seasoned, glazed, and then artfully placed around the plate. And it's definitely, in my mind, it was a tight battle with Jeff's presentation and Djordje's tour de force, and seasoning and everything was just fantastic to see that level of competition in this stage of the competition.
All right, so after concluding two incredible meals, again, that were presented by Chef Djordje and Chef Jeff, after we put in our votes and the other 32 guests put in their votes as well, too, we did finally get our results for tonight's battle. And Chef Terry, why don't you let them know who the chef tonight who will be joining Chef Tim in the finals.
Winner tonight was Chef Djordje from Janet Lynn's Bistro.
All right, so we're back here in the UFG kitchen. I have the Graffiti team here, Chef Jeff and Jesse. We are just rounding up an incredible battle. Unfortunately, you guys did not get the win tonight. How are you guys feeling right now after the final decision there?
That's great. I think George is a great chef, and I think he brought a great plate together, and couldn't lose to someone better than him. So I was happy to be a part of the whole battles, and it's been a great experience. So I'm happy.
With the final decision, I do have the winners here beside me. Guys, how are we feeling after the win tonight? We're going to the grand finale next week.
How are we feeling, Phil? I think we're feeling okay. Last time we did this, I was the highest I ever felt. This is just next level. Let's go.
Amazing. So looking back at the dish, is there anything you wish you would have done differently?
Yeah, there needs to be some refinement in our plating. And I've said this before too, so we will guaranteed deliver next time.
How do you feel about your final competitor to win the entire competition?
We're just gonna put all of ourselves into the food, do it in a way that's maybe not so aggressive with the amount of food that we're putting on the plate, but just making it a little more refined so you get the flavors.
After we did the final announcement there, you had two very talented chefs who have been in major competitions. And to be clarified, it's Chef Navita and Chef Terry Salmond. What did they tell you?
So just don't burn yourself out. Do everything to the fullest of your capabilities, because at the end of the day, we're here to, enjoy ourselves, make everyone else's time pleasant, but also make sure that we have the same experience.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Djordje and Phil.
So happy. Thank you.
Good, man. Good. I'd love to see it. We'll see you guys again next week. And that, my friends, concludes the second last battle out of 15 of Top Chef Waterloo region. Semifinal number 2 is now in the books. Semifinal number 1, we had Chef Tim Boris of Lancaster Smokehouse take the win. And then from tonight's battle, we had Chef Djordje Blagojevic of Janet Lynn's Bistro, which means for our final episode and battle on the grand finale, we have Chef Tim facing off against Chef Djordje. An incredible battle, and I want to send a big shout out and a thank you to the Underground Flavor Flavor Group team, to Odesia Fine Foods for the sponsorship, Exclusive Vibes Music, Levacy Productions, and Rogerstv. And I look forward to seeing you at the final battle.